are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a Tuesday. And as you can tell by that little echo there, the Barnes and Michael show, every time it feels like it's been forever.
Yes.
What's going on, man?
Dude, chilling, man. Good Monday. Had a three-pack Monday, as you would say. We missed you, though, at the Sportsport, of course.
Tony didn't mind, though, talking about his Mets.
Oh, my gosh.
Waxing about beating a team that has the most losses in the major leagues, right?
I mean, they were saying, Jay called in and was like,
Jay, oh, my God.
Hey,
Jay,
it's ironic that Barnes isn't here today. Well, you know how you always say
yeah,
about
and
Tony.
so did Kev Do. What do you know? It's a Mets fan thing. Plus, I don't know about you, but I still just question this whole Jay, the Mets fan thing. Because then, again, it's like he's like Tony's little, like, puppet. Like, in the group chat, he's talking about the Panthers taking it and stuff. He loves copying whatever Tony does. It's like he feels like he needs to, like, back him up or something, I feel like.
No, yeah, definitely. It's definitely like, that kind of thing of backing him up. But he even admitted that, like, this is on the phone call. He didn't really say it like this, but he was just saying, like, this year he wanted to watch baseball. So it really is his first year being into it.
Yeah.
But he has been a Mets fan from day one. It's just he hasn't been into it
right
since now.
But I mean, didn't you take, though, the Panthers thing as like a little defensive, though?
Oh, yeah.
They're going to win, right, Tony?
They're not winning. It was crazy, though. Tony almost predicted it. He did say shutout, but it was pretty close.
Yeah. No, I mean, I was definitely, surprised by that result. But obviously, as we know, and you think about, the series last year, a lot of hockey yet to be played. So, not going to be surprised at all if Edmonton, bounces back, game 4, and, send this thing back to Canada. That's for sure. But a lot to get into, and it's just funny how, just one extra day off makes it seems like it's been so long.
How was golf yesterday, by the way?
Great. Honestly, it was sick. I love the tournaments that are at the private courses, so you never would like normally get to play there. Really good shape. Felt really good out there.
How'd you do?
I think we were a couple under par, but me personally, the drives were like the catalyst for sure. Greens are just so tough. Anytime, private course, they're rolling like really, really fast. So, but it was interesting the format they do. And probably I feel like in hindsight, every, golf tournament should do this. But it's just one putt only. So like, you can't really do that bad. And then like, you're on the green in 2 shots on a par 4, you're automatically getting a par. So it makes it pretty easy. It's just like you're going for those birdies. And those are just tough to get, all about the short game, the closeness to the hole, that type of thing. So definitely a great day. No. So it was actually just our GAF rep, another GAF rep, and one of their customers. He invited me on Friday. So yeah, it was a really cool opportunity, and weather was good too. I think I don't know. Sam was saying anyway in New Canaan that it was pouring. Like, was it pouring here at all yesterday or no?
I wouldn't say pouring.
Just like a little misty. Yeah, it was like really didn't rain at all. I mean, maybe like a very slight mist, if anything. So great time, plenty of refreshments, food. So it was definitely first class for sure.
You know when it's not going to rain also?
On Thursday.
That's right.
Yeah. It's crazy how the stars have aligned with that.
Yes.
Especially because I don't know about you, but I feel like this year, has been the weirdest like weather like at the start of summer.
Yeah.
And I know technically summer didn't start. Oh, right? Isn't that like so stupid?
Yes.
But anyway, just that it's like just rain so much, but then it's so good, but then it always like rain is like a threat. It just seems like we're getting the rain that you would typically get in April here in June. And obviously, a lot of May. But I'm sure, that's going to change, before we know it, that's for sure. So, but like you said, definitely pumped for Thursday. Glad, the weather's going to be great. That is just going to be an absolutely legendary.
It will be.
day.
And the greatest thing about it is, me, you always say it, gonna flog it, gonna do that, and I'm going into this, I was like, oh, not gonna do it.
Right.
Can't bring the cameras into the stadium.
Right.
So I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna chill.
Right.
Ernesto, the great Erdini, is driving from the bar to Citi Field.
Right.
So we do get to vlog it up until we get into the stadium. Obviously, in the stadium, we'll have phone cameras. They'll get some B-roll like that. But and like food reviews from there. But it's just dope that we'll be able to have a Where's DTV Now at the bar, on the way, interviews on the train, like just like, because I do love it and I love capturing memories. Really, that's what it's about for me. So shout out Ernie. I shot him a text Friday night because Tony and I were talking about it. And I was just like having a thought. I'm like, dang, like I wonder if anyone's driving. And of course, who else but Erdini?
There we go. Oh, so we gotta then like look up the train times or no?
Oh, were we driving in? You thought we were driving in?
No. I'm saying right. Like we have.
I mean, I don't mind driving. I just didn't know.
Yeah. So basically, because I think it is like kind of where if you were to take the train to Grand Central, then get in the LIRR, then you have to transfer just to get to the bar. So like it might be, and I'm pretty sure.
So you're saying it's just better to just drive there and then just drive Citi Field?
I would say,
or drive there,
or at least drive there. I don't know what the parking situation is around there, but definitely at least drive to the bar. I would think.
Okay,
like if
I'm down.
Guys are down for that.
I am so down for that.
Yeah, because I think from my place it's like 45 minutes or something.
Yeah. Drive. Oh, dude. Yeah, it's a perfect drinking drive.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Tony will be on top of that, but yeah. So definitely pumped for that. And it's like, you know what? And I feel like our hand is forced. If it was a Yankee Stadium thing,
so
no
easy.
Question, the train done.
It'd be easy.
But they just make it so complicated. But that's what the Mets do, right?
Yeah. No, well, they do that. It's like, they jerk people around.
Yes.
They make them feel excited, and then it's like not exciting.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, like we said, can't wait for that. And I do see we have a few comments here. Speaking of the great Erdini.
Yes, we have John Pollock saying, "Hi, fellas, go Tigers. We have the most win. The Mets can be quiet about winning against the Rockies." And then Erdini, and then John saying Erdini, and then Kev Du saying, "Let's go. We want the smoke." Top flight security of the world, Craig.
What does that mean?
So, I don't know if you heard the show this morning. I didn't hear the whole thing, but I did catch the beginning of the Rick and Dave show. I guess something's going on with Michael K and a fan or something. I don't know.
Really?
If someone in the comments can just explain that part to us.
I'm sure Josh will tell us in 2 seconds.
But then Rick was just saying like, oh, is he going to need security? Blah, blah. He's like, and they mentioned Kev Du as being security, could be security.
Michael K mentioned that?
No, Rick. Rick.
But they were talking about this, not like they were talking with Michael.
Right.
About it. Gotcha.
Exactly. And then Erdini, always speaking facts and he's just so wise.
Yeah.
He says, Theophil and Barnes, ... Finna be a peaceful day.
No, as we always say, no need to talk about the 4-letter word.
Right.
I mean, it's just not even on the minds.
And then he says, Theophil, my Trojan Magnum at a sorority party. These are like becoming legendary. He always has a new one, and I love it.
Yeah, he loves it.
I have a parking pass. I can drive from bar to stadium. Wow. Only me and Josh in the car. And Josh says, yo, what up, fam? Erdini clapping back in a nice way. I don't mean to say clapping back. Just that's what it came out. He says, Fish Boy. And then Josh B saying, Stanton starting a rehab assignment in Somerset. Does that get you fired up?
Well, how about this?
Yes.
How crazy is this? It's like a Josh B telepathy thing. Right before he sent that, I was about to mention Corey in our group chat because he's rehabbing with him.
That's so sick.
Sent a picture of his helmet and batting gloves. Like
that
right before
so
Josh
sick.
said that. Yeah. So that's obviously crazy. We're pumped for that. Stanton brings.
You were born to
a
be a
new
Yankees
element.
fan. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was, but with like, you know, your boy working there, it's like just perfect.
Yep.
But Josh says B&K security real quick. And then Josh, if you could just explain what the whole thing is.
Well, and
going on
also
with Michael
Kev
K.
Dude did send me, I think, a clip from the podcast. Should I just play it? Like I
Yeah.
haven't even heard it, but let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
There's a real chance Kev Do was security. Kev Do? Yeah, like they see Kev Do could probably be fine with security. Right, they see Kev Do, they see Chief behind the grill. They're like, hey, Chief, stop flipping burgers. We need you to protect Michael. You think Michael's in trouble? No. You don't?
Oh, that was it.
See, like, I don't understand what's going on with Michael.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Josh, Kev, but thanks for sending it over, Kev. But yeah, who's the fan? What's the deal?
Yes.
Is it some annoying 4-letter word fan, which it seems like it would be?
Can't handle it.
And then he says, I love the way Ernie says, I love the way Theophil reads the comments. He reads them with love. Tony reads them with angst. So it's so funny how no matter who it is, like it's a completely changing cast of characters with like the digs at Tony, but they're always there.
Well, I don't know if you were in the show yesterday. Because I love his PFP, the player PFP, player photo. I don't know. Why is it PFP? Whatever, regardless. The great Ernini's photo is him bowling. He's got the nice jersey on. Did you hear about this?
Well, I mean, I just know that video got all these like likes.
Well, we're going to be doing a 3-on-3 DTV versus
okay,
TCA.
I saw that.
You, Tony, and I versus Josh, Kev Do, and Ernini.
Yeah,
it's on. They were like, the thing is, like, they were like going at Tony, like he needs like extra, like, you know, in like golf you get a handicap.
Yes.
They're saying
he needs some, and it's like he's like, okay, like take it easy.
So it's like that. We have to step it up for Tony. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's nice too because I feel like going into it, I've like just laid down from the start, obviously, because I never did like the bowling the way they did. It's like sure, and I think you feel the same way as like the average person who never played that much, like against random people. Like we're probably pretty good, right? But it's just like compared to them, okay, it's like a little bit of a different.
It is
different of a story.
It is dope that they bowl, and Tony actually went bowling Saturday.
Oh, really?
Or Sunday. Solo.
Was that like wait. Was this something like he was like, oh, you think I won't go solo?
No, it was like he wanted me to go, but I was busy, and so he went alone. Played 5 games in an hour, and he was saying it was like over $50 for 5 games, or for an hour. Which is a little crazy, no?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. When he has his own shoes.
Yeah, and bowling ball.
Yeah, well, the ball.
Like, so it's like $50 an hour for bowling. It's
well, you know what it is though. I wouldn't be surprised if that was like for the lane, like in if you know what I mean. They wouldn't charge extra for people. I think anyway. I'm not.
I would hope
sure.
so. That's a good point, though.
Yeah. So you know, I guess no pun intended. It doesn't pay to
go solo. Yeah,
I guess right, unless there's some type of deal on games specifically. That's for sure. But yeah, this is great. Really excited. For Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah, gonna be legendary, and just
it really
everything
is.
lining up perfectly. The weather, all of that stuff. So, but speaking of that, obviously we know there'll be baseball then.
Yes.
So let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Drop it, Tony. Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
All right. And by the way, the great Erndini says, come to Jersey. It'll be super cheap, $2 to $3 a game with my connects.
Wow.
And I think what I was going to say is, obviously that wouldn't be a problem. If anything, we travel well, Michael, right?
We do.
Travel in herds.
And that would be fun.
Yeah,
honestly.
it would be fun. It would be fun. It is so funny. I don't know if like you kind of pick up on this, and like I almost get a sense of this with like Renee too.
Mm-hmm.
There's this thing with like people that live in New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Do they not? It's almost like Tony with Staten Island.
It is.
They think like nothing else exists in the world. Like it's only the best in New Jersey.
It's worse with Jersey people, honestly.
No, it is.
Than
It
Staten
is.
Island Tony.
Oh, talking to Cav, like I just like, oh,
Renee
my God,
is
pizza,
just like,
it's like,
oh my gosh, always Jersey Shore, nothing better, heaven on earth.
oh my God, yeah, no, really is crazy, and it just made me think of this with Cav, the pizza and stuff. I had this on Sunday. I think I've mentioned it to you before. Have you had Jenny's in Monroe or no?
No,
Dude, literally, I know you get robbed for this. Oldest pizzeria in Fairfield County.
I'm writing it down because I'm pumped.
Yeah, right.
Like, I love trying new places,
Yes,
and it's
dude.
like,
Went there Sunday after golf and was talking to one of the waitresses, older lady. She said her grandpa, there was some pizza we tried. It's
Jenny's, Jenny.
Jenny's Pizzeria.
Yeah.
That they
Tony's
the
gonna be
original
robbed.
pie. I forgot what the name of it was, but basically it's grated cheese and hot oil. And she's like, oh yeah, my grandpa came up with this recipe. We've been in business 90 years. This is and that was like the first pizza that we made. So just pretty cool. And they have really good, because I feel like you guys love sausage pizza. Like the best sausage pizza I've ever had. Like just and too, Tony with his cheese, dude. The cheese, even me, because I'm not somebody who's like, what's the point of getting cheese? Why don't we just get toppings? Their cheese pizza is like unbelievable. So
Dude.
highly recommend.
We're
that.
gonna go.
And
Tony and I are going when he gets back.
And it's nice too. They used to be just takeout, and then within the last 5 years, they opened up a full like sit down area, bar, all of that stuff. So just a great place for sure. So definitely.
Yo, by the way, next
recommend
Wednesday, what are you doing?
Next Wednesday,
We need to do
probably-
another sports bonanza.
Oh
Gaming corner.
yeah, dude. I mean, I'm down. I don't think I have anything, so I
Okay,
think
cool.
that should be fine.
Like that would be
Yeah.
because it's like missing.
Yeah, it is. It's been a long time.
Yes, and it's like we're in the dead of the summer with
Right.
sports. It's like we might as well hammer some sports.
Now I wonder what the deal is. I just want to something here with the baseball schedule.
Now, while you're doing that,
Yeah.
Great Erndini, we can get some real pizza in capital letters for you for a change. The disrespect with Connecticut is just crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like it's not the pizza capital of the world. Like,
so
duh.
do you see they put up the thing in New York now?
What's that?
Like that, like, oh, Connecticut is the real pizza capital. They put up a billboard in New York City.
Oh,
And
Connecticut
then,
did?
yeah. And then I saw something too, and I don't know if this is actually true, but it was trying to say that Connecticut has as many pizza places as New York or something,
Wow.
or New York City or something in like the square mile. I don't know the population.
Yeah.
all this
Whatever.
stuff. But yeah,
I you know what? Like, there's New York City has so much. Like, we can have the pizza. It's okay.
right.
And
Right.
Jersey, I've never even thought of Jersey.
Yeah,
pizza.
Jersey, that water. Like we're talking about the water in New York. The water in Jersey, are the rats swimming in it? Like New Jersey doesn't have good pizza. I don't know why
And it
everyone
just
in New
smells
Jersey
so
thinks that.
funky there.
Yeah.
I got the music coming with me also. Soundboard and speakers got to play. List gonna run.
So
I don't understand that.
Interesting question for you, because I feel like people always do this like on the golf course, like, oh, you have a music speaker, blah blah blah. Where I know, like, obviously, I know you don't like golf that much.
No, I don't-
or
I don't-
bowl, but I'm just saying, like, for me, like, especially
Yeah.
golfing, it's just like, sure, like it's fine, but I just don't get that like overwhelming need to have it. I don't know if you feel that way.
No, I don't.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know, but people like it's just like, oh, we gotta have music, speakers.
I like, I enjoy.
But I feel like, do you feel like on the golf course? Like
No, I
it's
was
not-
saying I enjoy the course. I
Yeah.
enjoy-
Oh, right. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's no, why do you need
and
that?
like it's like the one time where you're just like no electronics type of a vibe. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like sometimes, obviously, if there's a game, you're checking the score or
Right.
whatever like that. But like other than that, you're really there to play golf, smoke some cigars,
Right.
drink, chill with the boys, have a few jokes. It's nothing
Yeah.
like that.
Exactly.
What
What do you think about this Ernie comment?
a pizza place and pizzerias are different. You have
I don't even understand what that even means.
it's just people are jealous of Connecticut.
Uh-huh.
I think that's why Connecticut gets so much slack.
yeah.
They're jealous of Connecticut.
Right.
Original colonies of the United States. We're one of the original, founding father states.
Oh, by the way, not to interrupt, I was just thinking about this. Jenny's, Michael,
Pizzeria.
Exactly, Ernie. So sit the fuck down, okay? Oh man, feels like a conversation.
Ernie, you know what we're gonna do when we have the DTV barbecue golf outing. We're gonna have you guys from Jersey. He's cracking up.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna have people from Jersey, people from New York, get half cooked pies because you don't want to fully cook them. Bring them here.
Right.
We'll cook them up. Finish cooking them here. We'll do a taste test. Blind taste test reactions.
Yeah, and then all the cat dude says, "Oh, bro, I know. You think I need a pizza box to know what pizza this is? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like, I don't need to hear nonsense like that, okay?"
Kev dude was told to bring it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so pizza aside, and obviously I wasn't here yesterday. Yankee off day, and always tough, you lose 2 in a row, especially 2 games that you feel like, you could have won to Boston there. So, it doesn't leave you with the best taste in your mouth, and the division rivals have been playing better. Lead is down to 4 games. But the whole thing is, you can't, worry about this past weekend. You just have to move forward. And obviously last time you were in Kansas City, times were good. That's the first text I had to Matt yesterday. Obviously we played them in the division series last year. And I really think it comes down to 2 where, that series against Boston, we averaged over 7 runs a game. It was just for the first time this year, it really felt like the pitching, failed us, bullpen, starters, Yarbrough giving up 8 runs. I mean, I doubt, another starter, this season is going to give up 8 runs. I mean, that was just kind of a one-off situation. Of course, had to be there to witness it in person with Matt. So, you were hyped up, hoping to have the celebration, drink at Billy's, but it just wasn't in the cards, unfortunately. But still, of course, great to just be in the ballpark. And then, Sunday night, Rodon cruising, and it all started, with that 2-out walk, and those couple home runs that he gave up, and obviously the Narvaez 3-run homer, the dagger. And for somebody who had been really the best pitcher in baseball the past month, he was due for a bad start. Obviously came at a bad time, a series that you wanted to win. But you still have the 3rd best record in the majors. I think only 3 wins less than Detroit, 4 wins less than Detroit. I mean, you're right there. So it's just about starting a new stretch here in Kansas City, or as Glaber would say, in Kansas. You got your horse on the hill. So that's always a good thing. 3 games set at Kauffman Stadium. Max Fried getting the start, 8-1, 1.78. And if you think about it too, Max Fried, I mean, it's the exact example of what happened to Carlos Rodon, because he had, he had been so money. He gives up the 5 runs to the Dodgers on Sunday Night Baseball, ironically enough, both on Sunday Night Baseball. But then he came back, his next start, and what do you know, was completely lights out, against Cleveland. And I expect the same, from Rodon, and I would imagine he's going to pitch in the next series, not against Kansas City here. But expect the same thing. You can't be perfect all season long. And the Royals are going to be trotting out, it looks like Noah Cameron, who's only pitched 31 innings this year, but does have an impressive 0.85 ERA. Not a strikeout guy, 19 Ks in 31 innings. And the Royals, I would say, have been hanging in there, but a little disappointing, coming off their playoff berth last year, just 2 games over 500 at 34 and 32, and have been better at home, 19 and 13. But this is a series, like we look at most series with the Yankees, you just want to grab 2 out of 3. And I think, they have pretty good pitching. I think just like really we've seen with them in recent years, the offense with the Royals, is the question mark. We know what Bobby Witt Jr. can do. So obviously, you want to keep him, off the bases, as much as you can. So if you look at this series as a whole, you'll have Fried, Cameron tonight, and national game on TBS. I would imagine maybe in the other markets that we just see this one on the Yes Network. And then Prime Video tomorrow, Schmidt and Bubic. And then Thursday again, I would imagine Yes Network, but it also is on the MLB Network. Warren versus Lugo. So Bubic and Lugo, good pitchers. So we're going to need our best from Schmidt and Warren. That's for sure. And it's interesting. We'll get a rematch of Sunday Night Baseball from this week on Saturday because we go to Fenway Park after this. I knew I was forgetting who they played after Kansas City, but it'll be Rodon Dobbins Saturday night in Boston. So that should be a good one. But it's just one game at a time. Obviously, good news that, Stanton is ramping things up, just giving us another option in this lineup, which, like I said, I think, has been performing, at an optimal level. That's for sure. Just very deep, everybody producing, Judge, the historical comparisons, having the most home runs and highest batting average at this point in MLB history. We could give you the numbers all day. I mean, no one stacks up with him, and that's what just makes him so much fun to watch. But we know we're gonna get from him. Obviously, we just expect in this one, Fried to set the tone, and then the Yankee offense, I think, just be a little patient here early, get runners on. That's when good things happen. I mean, it's unbelievable too. I think DJ LeMahieu, last 6 games, it might be hitting like 350.
I was gonna ask you about his.
Well, it was so funny, too, because we were talking about this with JD yesterday. Like, so the offense has been great. He homered on Sunday Night Baseball as well. Has really been hitting the ball the best we've seen in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
But the problem is defensively.
Really?
I just feel like he's going to come back to bite. We don't have room for him at DH. So despite like this good run, I'm just thinking, long term, what's optimal for a team. It's not him at second base because you just think about it. He's 36 going on 37, whatever it is. And it's like 9th inning, screaming liner. Is he diving to get to it? You know what I mean? Like those plays where like, you just need a little athleticism to make. I feel like, he's going to end up costing us. And I mean, the Yankees have been highly rumored to be looking, obviously we still have a long way till the trade deadline, but to acquire, a second baseman to kind of, replace him. So for now, he's going to get the opportunity. But, I know he's hitting well, so I guess we'll take that. I'm just not expecting him to maintain it. And then, like I said, I just feel like, learning from last year, the Glaber snafus, Rizzo at first base, it's just you can't have that stuff. So that's kind of my thing. I mean, we'll see what he does. I mean, sure, he's made some plays, but there also have been some plays where I feel like he could have gotten the balls. He didn't. And I just think that could be, problematic at some point. I also see some more pizza talk here.
Yeah, Kev saying pizza in Jersey is way better than Connecticut. And then D-Rels, do we know him? I forgot.
He's just very aggressive in the comments.
Got it.
The past couple weeks. I think on Gaming Corner or something, Michael Bucket was getting involved. Remember that whole thing?
Yeah. Look at this clown. Only clown here is you, D-Rels. And then D-Rels going back saying, Kev, how's it taste?
But yeah, I don't know what the whole Jersey thing is, honestly.
Me either. I've never understood it.
Yeah, I mean, but like we said, we'll do the taste. That will be like kind of the tell all, situation. I think that is, very, very evident. That's for sure. So yeah, I think an important stretch coming up here for the Yankees. And it starts with tonight, and I fully expect Fried to set the tone. And I think too, offensively, like I said, I mean, we've been really solid. You take out that shutout loss last week on Wednesday against Cleveland. I mean, most games, we're scoring pretty at a pretty good rate. And we remain having, some of the top numbers in baseball. So let's get that 2 out of 3. And move on to there, and then really return the favor to Boston. I think that's very important. They lost last night in extras to Tampa, so it's like, even though at least they lost, but it's like we would have rather have Tampa lost, Boston, not competing with us right now in the division. So that, Tampa win, the Toronto win, both win in extras. That made it 4 games, which is the lowest the lead has been in a few weeks here. Yeah, like I said, back out to the diamond tonight. And also the Red Sox did call up Roman Anthony finally. Went 0 for 4, I think, yesterday. I have him on a couple of fantasy teams, but number 1 prospect in baseball. So we'll see him at Fenway Park this weekend. So I'm sure that'll help their offense. But I think as we've seen, they give up 10 runs to the Rays yesterday. The pitching has been the problem and why they're 4 games under 500. So we'll see what happens. So I think, what we'll do here, since we don't have Tony to do the direct picks, I think we'll run down the full allotment of games, Michael. If you could strike up the music here, and we could do, a Tuesday MLB frenzy, which of course is brought to you by the Hirsch Law Firm. And we are going to start in Baltimore, a matchup between the Orioles and the Tigers, Herter versus Povich. You look at this, I mean, the Orioles have been one of the worst teams in baseball this season. A little bit of a heater recently, though. I think they were on a 6-game winning streak before losing 2 out of 3 in Sacramento. But a tough test here against the Detroit Tigers. They just took 2 out of 3 against the Cubs. Interesting. They lose this series to the White Sox, but then take 2 out of 3 from the Cubs. Go figure. But Herter in limited action this year has been great. 162 earned run average. Povich has struggled, 511 earned run average here. And I think this is honestly going to be a blowout. I think that's why the total is set at 9.5 here. So I think it goes over. I think the Tigers, shout out Fish Boy here. I think the Tigers score 7 and win this game. Let's say 7-3. So for the first game there, give me the Tigers and the over. So that's at 6:35. At 6:40, starting 5 minutes later, a matchup between the Reds and the Guardians, and the guy that I talked about, the Yankees were going to dip their toes in the starting pitching matchup market here. Andrew Abbott has been very underrated. I think he's 26 years old, 2.18 ERA, going up against Slade Sassoni, who I believe we saw last week at Yankee Stadium. He struggled, 4.87 earned run average. Guardians are 3 over. Reds are 1 over. Reds have won 4 in a row. The Guardians have lost 4 out of 5 games here. So I like the Reds just because of Abbott. I think he continues to roll. As we saw at Yankee Stadium, the Guardians really struggled to score. Obviously, they got Jose Ramirez, but what else on offense? So I think Abbott, probably 7 innings, a 1-run ball. I could see Ellie, maybe 3 for 4, 4 ribbies, and I think the Reds win. I'm going to say 5-2. So that would be the Reds and the under. So moving along here, another 6:40 start. This one coming from PNC Park. The Pirates struggling, 27-40, hosting the Marlins, 24-40. Mitch Keller, Sandy Alcantara, combined record-wise, the two are 3-15. How about Sandy Alcantara, 7.89 earned run average? And then Mitch Keller, 4.13, has been pitching better. Alcantara finally had a good start out last time against Colorado. I think he continues that trend here. Low-scoring game. Marlins squeak it out. I'm going to say they win 4-2. So give me the Marlins and the under there. 6:45 now. We go to Philadelphia. The Phillies reeling, really opening things up here for that 4-letter word in the NL East. But I think they're going to come back, and I know it sucks that for them that Harper's on the injured list. They did finally win in extras against the Cubs yesterday. And I think they keep the good time rolling. Top pitching prospect, excuse me, Mick Abel on the hill here. 1-0, 0.79 ERA, 11 1/3 innings. Colin Ray has been decent for Chicago, 4-2, 3.59. I think Kyle Schwarber against his former team, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. And I want to say the Phillies win this one 8-4. So give me the Phillies and the over. All right, and then moving along here, we go to Fenway Park. Probably Roman Anthony in the lineup again. Can the Red Sox do us a favor and beat the Rays here? Lucas Giolito has struggled this year, 1-1, 6.42, going up against Ryan Peapot, who is 3-5 with a 3.20 earned run average. And, the way Giolito has struggled, albeit only in 33 2/3 innings, this Tampa offense, they scored 10 yesterday, but typically not a high-scoring offense, even though you look at it, actually 2 out of their last 3 games, they've scored 10, but then we're at 3, 4, and 4. I think they're due to have an off night here. So I think Giolito, maybe 6 innings, 2 earned runs, and I think the Boston offense takes care of business here. And I think they will easily defeat the Rays here. I'm going to say 9-4. Probably Roman Anthony's first hit, maybe even a dinger. Wouldn't mind that for fantasy. But we'll go Red Sox in the over there. And that could be a full game picked up if the Yankees take care of business in Kansas City. And yes, we do have the New York Mets, Michael, hosting the Washington Nationals here. Home favorites, -155. Griffin Canning has been a revelation for the Mets. Some spotty starts recently, 6-2, 2.90. Going against Mackenzie Gore, one of the bright young arms in the game, I believe 25 years old, has over 100 strikeouts and only like 71 innings this year. So I think that is going to be problematic here for the Mets. And I think Canning, I could see him running into some trouble, maybe a couple walks, maybe James Wood 3-run homer. And I think Mackenzie Gore has one of his best outings of the year, 7 scoreless, striking out a dozen. I'm going to say, give me the Nationals winning this game. Let's go 4-2. So that would be the Nationals and the under. So moving along here now, we have the Braves in Milwaukee playing the Brewers. Grant Holm versus Quinn Prester. You have Atlanta, 9 games under 500. Who would have seen that coming? Brewers hanging in there at 35 and 32. You look at recently, Brewers have lost 3 out of 4. Braves have lost 4 out of 5, but did recover with a 7-1 victory last night. So I'll go with the Braves. Obviously it's been a disappointing season. Feels like they should at least be able to claw their way back around 500 here. Too much talent on that team. Give Matt Olson a 4th inning granny. And I think the Braves will win that game 8-5. Give me the Braves in the over. In the game we have all circled on our calendar, 7:40, TBS National League, Kauffman Stadium, Yankees -200. Here, Max Fried 8-1, 178. Nick Cameron 2-1, 0.085 earned run average. Like I said, I expect Fried to shove. I think 7 innings, and it's Noah Cameron, my mistake there. But 7 innings of 1-run ball. I think he strikes out 9. And I think the Yankee offense waits out Cameron early, draws some walks. I wouldn't be surprised if Jazz has an impact in this game. Maybe a couple of hits if Ernie wants to do a base prop here. But I think at the end of the day, Yankees are going to win this game. Let's say 5-2. So give me the Yankees and the over, snapping that 2-game losing streak there at Kauffman Stadium. Next game up, also at 7:40, the Rangers and the Twins. Target Field, Minnesota. Tyler Mahle pitching here for Texas versus an undecided starter for the Twins. Minnesota, slight favorites here at -125. Looking at this game, obviously Minnesota has been the better team, but I like the way that Tyler Mahle has pitched this season. So I'm going to say, give me the Rangers here. I think a higher scoring game. I'm going to say they win 9-4. So we'll go Rangers and the over. St. Louis, Busch Stadium, Chris Bassett going up against Miles Mikolas. Mikolas has pitched better than expected, 4-2, 3.96. Bassett 6-3, 2.56. The Cardinals have played better than expected, 36-30. So same record as Toronto. And I think after not getting help from these teams the last couple nights, I think that we're going to get the help we need here. So I'm going to say the Cardinals will win this game. Maybe Nolan Arenado with a 5th inning 2-run homer. I'm going to say the Cardinals win this one 5-2. So give me the Cardinals and the under. Moving along here, we're going to Houston. Lance McCullers Jr. getting the start. Obviously missed a lot of time with injury. And, they are hosting the White Sox. So obviously minus 175 favorites here. Pitching against McCullers, Shane Smith, 2-3, 2.45 ERA, 62 2/3 innings. The White Sox, for them, are on a heater, winning 3 out of 4. Astros have won 3 out of 5. But I think this is easy for Houston, even though they actually have lost 2 out of 3 in the season series so far. But I think you'll see them kind of jump over Smith early, and I think they win this game 7-3. So give me the Astros and the over. Moving along here, we are going to Colorado, the San Francisco Giants. You got Kyle Harrison on the mound for the Giants, who are 38-28, and then going against the Rockies, who basically are a AAA team. That's why the Mets swept them this weekend. And I would say easy money here for the Giants as they've won 5 in a row. Colorado 12-53. So I'm gonna say at Coors Field, I'm going to still go with the under, though, just because Colorado's offense is pretty weak. I think San Francisco wins, let's say 9-2. So that would be the Giants and the under. Moving along here, we have, 3 games left here. Going to Anaheim, the Angels and the A's. A's had a decent start to their season and have really fell off the map. Angels hanging in there, 31-34. They, if you look at it, the past 5 games, winners at 3 out of 5. Same thing with the A's. But I like the Angels in this one. Soriano's been okay, kind of similar numbers with Spence. But I'm going to say, give me Mike Trout, grand slam, 5th inning, difference in this game. I think the Angels win 5-4. So that would be the Angels and the over. 2 games left here. And we got a matchup, really a very good matchup here. Last year's National League Division Series game, big rivalry between the Dodgers and the Padres. This one coming from Petco Park. Dodgers won in extras last night, 8-7. That was the first matchup between these 2 teams this season. And both teams have won 3 out of their last 5 games. Pitching matchup, undecided for LA. Obviously, they've had all the pitching injuries. Gonsolin recently put on the injured list. Dylan Cease, highly disappointing for San Diego this year. Rumors of a trade. I don't know if that plays into it, but 1-5 with a 4.72. I like the Dodgers in this one. I just think Cease, I have him for fantasy, and every time you think he's going to turn the corner, he doesn't. So wouldn't be surprised if Shohei Ohtani has something to say about that. Maybe Freddie Freeman as well. Give me the over. Give me the Dodgers. I'm going to say they win 9-5. So we'll go Dodgers and the over. And then final game here of the night, coming to you from Arizona, Chase Field, Brandon Pfaadt on the hill for the Diamondbacks, who are minus 130 favorites here. Similar records between the 2 teams. The Mariners are 33-32. The Diamondbacks are 32-34. Logan Evans on the hill for Seattle, who's actually pitched well. 2.83 earned run average here in 35 innings. Kyle Raleigh, 26 home runs. We were talking about this yesterday with JD, on pace to break the catcher home run mark. It's really impressive what he's done. Recent play here, Mariners have only won 1 out of their previous 5. Arizona hasn't done much better, 2 out of their previous 5, but winning yesterday in 11, 8-4. Give me the Diamondbacks in this one. I think Pfaadt will start to pitch better. We've seen him be inconsistent over the last couple of years, but this Mariner offense struggles to score at times. So I'm going to say Give me the Diamondbacks winning this game. I'll say 5-3. So that would be Diamondbacks in the under. And just like that, that is your Tuesday edition, the MLB Frenzy. So obviously pumped for the Yankee game later. After a day off yesterday, right back to it, right back to our winning ways. And nobody that I would rather have on the mound tonight than Max Fried. That is for sure. And let's see, before we do the grid, Michael, I believe a couple more comments.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch. Let's see. Donna coming in here saying, good morning,
best.
all.
Donna Lee.
Alfred Anzel.
Yeah, he's been in here, Al.
I don't know. I feel bad saying his last, not saying his last name. Anzalone.
Yeah.
Okay. D-Rel saying, I expect to sweep the Yankees this week. Like he's expecting the Yankees to get swept.
Yeah, he must be a Red Sox fan, but yeah, I mean, we're going to sweep the Red Sox.
And then Kev Do responding to D-Rels, if it tastes fishy if we talking about your girl.
Jesus.
Yeah, Rels, not even Kev would say that dumb shit, LOL. Everyone is dumber for having read your comments, you tool. DeGray Erndini with like a quieting emoji. Kev Do, tell me you hate the Mets without telling me you hate the Mets, LOL, jackass. Kev, let's go Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, Michael, I know you just always see eye to eye with me on these things, but I think my biggest thing with them and their fans is just like, don't you get that sense that they feel like we owe them something? It's like, what do you want us to do? Like, we're doing our thing, and you're constantly looking. You know what I think they're looking for? They're looking for the participation trophy.
Mm-hmm.
I really think that's what it is. I'm sick of it.
I just when they win, I'd give them their credit.
Right.
But they haven't won since the 80s.
Right. And they think every little hot chick, oh, well, this is different. Oh, right.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, you haven't done it yet. Like, once you do.
No, and then one of the most, comedic things I've heard in a while, Kev the other day was proclaiming at the top of his lungs that he knows more about the Yankees than me. Oh, okay. Yeah. Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah. Donna Lee saying, what are we, 5? ? I know, Donna. There's a lot of craziness going on.
There is a lot of craziness, but what are we going to do? And then Ernie, good one here, saying, pat them on the back. They want acknowledgement. It's the little bro syndrome.
Yeah.
And that's what it always has been. That's always what it will be. But listen, we deal with it, as best as we can. As annoying, Michael, as it is, we just get through it, right?
That is right, dude. Time for the grid?
Time for the Immaculate Grid. We know Ernie's keyed in here. I haven't looked at this one yet, so
let's get a little bigger for you.
And actually, the monitor.
I know. It's
Gotcha. But I guess
it's Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Nationals.
Yeah. I pulled it up on my screen,
cool.
so I could always toggle back and forth here. So just got to think about this for a second, Michael. But of course, like, they couldn't just give us a Yankee one, make it nice and easy.
Fun.
But all right, so Washington, like, there's so many here. I just got to think about this for a second. So Washington and Atlanta. Think about different guys, Expos as well, but 30 home run season for the Pirates as well. I think this is one of those where it's like you just need to get started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then from there,
you'll get rolling.
So I'm thinking maybe let's try this out for a second. So Kansas City as well. That's got to be. All right. So I would say, do left field for Kansas City. So top right.
Yep.
Do Jorge Soler.
1%.
All right. And then the great Erdini says Vinny Castillo for Nats Braves. So that would be middle, Michael. Vinny Castilla.
0.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why Ernie's the best, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous.
All right. So we're talking 30 home run season for the Braves. Just trying to think about this for a second. I feel like, yeah, let's do Galarraga. So Andres Galarraga, bottom middle.
1%.
Wow. So decent start here, Michael. That's for
this
sure.
is good.
All right, and then let's see, 30 home run season for the Pirates. Just trying to think. All right. Pirates in Washington. Kansas City, Pittsburgh. Okay. Ernie's saying Moises Alou for Pittsburgh and the Nationals. So middle left, Moises Alou.
4%.
There we go. Just trying to think about left fielders for the Nationals. No, I wonder actually.
Melky for Royals Pirates.
Okay, so that would be top left.
Melky, what was it, Cabrera? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. 2%.
There we go. So grid looking a little tastier right now.
Yeah.
Just the Pirates. I feel like I'm missing, because obviously we know McCutcheon, but I don't think Reynolds did it. Why this? For left field, 30 home runs. So trying to think about primarily right field. Okay, so bottom right, Sammy Sosa.
Bottom right.
Yeah.
1%.
There we go. Ernie's saying Betterment Royals Braves. So that's going to be top middle.
What's his first name?
Wilson Betterment.
0.5.
Wow. Yeah, that's always been one of Ernie's favorites. All right, so two left here. Left field for the Nationals, and then 30 home run. Oh, so then James Wood is probably left. If left field Nationals. Okay, so I guess do middle right, Tim Raines.
9%.
Okay. All right, so just Pittsburgh here. I mean, I'm sure Bonds did it.
Brian M in the house saying, "What's up, fellas? What's up, Brian?"
All right, Ernie. I mean, 30 home run season. Pirates might. I wonder. Actually, I feel like it's got to be Ramirez. I don't know if that one's gonna be too obvious though, but I feel like. Okay, you know what? Yeah, just do for bottom left, do Erasmus Ramirez. So Aramis and then Ramirez.
Hold on one sec. You're live on the Sportsport.
Yerny.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother?
What's So I got that last answer for you. We didn't get it yet.
I was gonna say Erasmus, but you got something better?
Brian Giles.
Dude, I forgot about Giles. Had that
3%,
one big car.
23.
Right. 23. So I guess we could say that was for LeBron or no, Ernie?
In the 2000s, you know what I'm saying? For the good old LeBron James, the GOAT.
No, that was
the absolute.
That was awesome though. I mean, 23, pretty good. Are you still doing the grids on a daily or not as much?
Every morning is part of my coffee routine.
Yeah, because it's like, what is the thing? The old, like, I feel like my parents play like a Luminosity or something. Luminosity, so it's like,
like everybody plays their games in the morning or whatever when they wake up. Like, I get a coffee, I roll a blunt, and then I hop on the grid.
Yeah, it's like
very nice.
It's like a crossword puzzle.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, dude, how pumped are you for Thursday?
Oh, I'm super excited. This is going to be a shit show, I believe, but it's going to be great. I think it's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a lot of arguing, a lot of back and forth. It's going to be great.
What time are you getting there?
Well, I was briefly told by my close friend and confidant, Josh, that I have to wake up at 4 a.m. to get to Publicans in time. So I'll be up pretty early. Early.
Well, no, because I saw them talking in the group chat. They're talking like, "Oh yeah, meet at my house at 3:30," and it's like, that. Like,
bro, when he told me that, I was like, "You're fucking around, right? Like, this is a joke, right?" Like, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. He's like, "No, like the show starts at this time, so we got to leave by this time." I'm like, "Oh my god,
yeah."
Why did I say yes? I should have said I'd meet y'all at the stadium, yo.
Yeah, because. Like we didn't carve out an exact time on our end, but we were just talking like sometime between like 7 and 8 getting there. Then you still have 2 hours of the show plus the whole tailgate. But yeah, getting up at 3 and all that is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a lot of smokage to get me through the day, but we'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's gonna be awesome. Good part about it too is Yankees don't play till later that night, so we're just not going to be missing the Yankee game too. That's definitely key.
Are they playing in New York?
They're playing in Kansas City. So they never have them at home at the same time.
Because I was gonna say that'd be great. We can go from like, you know, a little league ballpark to like an actual ballpark. It'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, no, I'm raw for that. I'm sure some of it will be on recording, but just like we can really like put to rest and like we'll have pure evidence of being at the field. Like this whole notion that Citi Field is a better ballpark. When first of all, I think the biggest thing that is embarrassing for the Mets is how do you have green seats in your stadium? Like what does green have to do with the Mets?
See, here's my thing, right? I don't believe that Citi Field is an actual like baseball field or baseball stadium. I think it's an entertainment
venue,
like an entertainment section. Yeah, like an entertainment venue. Really, it's really like that they just so happen to play baseball at. That's what I think it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And have you ever been there or no?
I went to the old Shea Stadium, but not to watch a game. There was like a reggaeton concert in Shea Stadium, so I decided to go.
Oh, wow. That must have been crazy back in the day.
It was very fun. Very fun. It was a good time. A lot of visuals, you know, very good time. But that was it. After that, I mean, I have no reason to even be in Queens. I used to drive by when I was driving trucks. I had a delivery in Queens, and I used to drive by the stadium all the time. That stench still doesn't come off the clothing. So, you know.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Oh man, that's hilarious. But yeah, obviously,
Buck should be sitting next to Michael, though. I think
me.
Yeah.
Wow, I'll gladly sit next to him. It's okay.
But we actually haven't heard from him.
Yeah, we haven't heard from him since
Has he been texting
you ditched him.
Well, he hit me up last night. Regular late night contact. But I think he's okay.
Yeah, but I swear I thought he said he had his seat right next to you, already, right in between you and JD. I thought.
No, the tickets were bought a little earlier, so it just wasn't possible. But
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah. Is he coming still?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I guess we'll figure it out. And also a live comment here from Brian M, who says, "You guys must want Kev to get mad. LOL, Little League Fields." I don't understand.
Because you guys are talking about City Field and stuff.
But is he trying to say like Little League? We didn't say Little League Field though. But I think he's just trying to say about the Yankees or no?
Well, I did say Little League Field. I said that's
gotcha. Yeah.
I said that City Field is a Little League field at the end of the day. There's more. It's just because there's more to do outside of actually play ball.
Right.
It's like when you go to Little League World Series. There's so much to do outside of playing actual baseball.
Would you compare it to the Savannah Bananas or whatever they are?
Oh my God! Talk about.
I actually think the Savannah Bananas put out a better product than the Mets do.
I mean, that's definitely, that could be true, but yeah. Oh my God. Just seeing like the ads for those things, like, it's just like, I don't know. Like, it's like, I guess like, little kids great, but like, just get it off of my screen, please.
Yes.
Yeah. But
it's the Harlem Globetrotters for baseball, Barnes. Come on.
Yeah. But it's just, I don't know. I think it's just a little much. But yeah, either way, can't wait for Thursday. Can't wait for the Yankees to get back. I know, off day, tough 2 losses there, but I feel like it's like, we don't even think about it at this point. Or we just move on to the next, take 2 out of 3 in Kansas City and on from there.
Well, I mean, we've had good teachings from Mets fans all year and saying relax, it's early, it's okay,
Basketball's
so,
on,
I think
right? Basketball's on.
So, when we drop to Boston, I think it's perfectly fine for us to say it's okay. It's so early. Things will pan out. No need to panic. Still a lot of baseball. A lot of baseball.
Well, and I think the thing, too, is that we hit well. I mean, because I know our pitching will be good. It's not going to be like that. I mean, especially Yarbrough giving up 8 runs on Saturday. That was crazy. But and Rodon was cruising. 1 2-out walk. I mean, that just changed the whole complexion of that game.
I mean, I think it's like I said the last couple of days, like they're bound to drop a series eventually.
Right.
8 out of the last 10. I mean, shit, I'll take it. Well, all right, cool. We're going to rattle off 13, 14 series in a row. I mean, as much as I would love for it to happen,
right? When
does that really happen?
Exactly. So, and nice that Fried's on the hill. I think, he's going to be locked in, fired up. And, I think we typically always play well at Kauffman Stadium too. So, definitely feeling pretty confident.
Fried wins a Cy Young this year.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to argue that,
I believe so. I believe he wins a Cy Young this year. I think he continues to, because like he's pitching out of his mind. Like if you watch the actual games, not just look at the stat line, like it's just like getting out of big moments, big pitches, big stare down. He's just walking out there with it swinging on the mound. I love it.
And how about the drop on that 12-6 curve?
Oh, it's insane. That's what I'm saying. Like everything that's coming out of his hand right now, it just looks phenomenal. You don't have a part of his game right now that you just complain about.
No, absolutely not. So, definitely going to be fun to watch later. So 7:40, we'll be tuned in. So let's go.
Jazz Chisholm to go. Yeah. By the way,
is that a ticket?
That's a definite ticket. I got Jazz Chisholm to go. And Aaron Judge to put one over the Monster.
Oh, over the Fountains, actually.
Yeah, the Fountains. Yeah, my bad. Still thinking about Boston.
Yeah. But yeah, no, good stuff. Good stuff, Ernie, as always. Appreciate you. Help us with the grid, calling in, and can't wait for Thursday, bro.
No doubt, guys. See you Thursday.
Dude, so pumped.
Yeah, let's go. So that is the great Erndini.
I'll talk to you guys.
Peace, dude.
Oh man, that was always a great call coming from Ernie. Always a great call.
It really is.
But so if we could just go now to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's the nail. Great hit. That's a world-class hit right here. Nothing. Made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score! Filthy! David Pasternak. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. So last night, as we would say, not much of a game.
No.
Here with the Oilers and the Panthers, as Florida jumps out to a 2-0 lead in the first period, never looks back, winning 6-1. So dominant fashion. And after losing game 1 in overtime, they win a tight one game 2, blow out the Oilers here in game 3. And then on Thursday, we will get game 4. So, big game coming up for Edmonton. And obviously, as we knew, going into this series, I mean, the whole thing, is containing, this Florida offense. I mean, that's why the Oilers won in game 1. But then since then, they've given up 11 goals here. And I think that the tough part for Edmonton is with Florida, they can beat you so many different ways, so many different goal scorers. I mean, you just look at, who found the back of the net in this one. Marchand, his 8th. I mean, it's amazing, what, dividends that trade has played. And then for Hagee also with his 7th, Reinhart, his 5th. And then, 14th from Sam Bennett. I mean, these numbers are crazy. Ekblad, Rodriguez, 4 and 2, respectively as well. And the only goal, for Edmonton was Corey Perry. The veteran, 9 goals this postseason. So, really has been paying dividends. That's for sure. But I fully expect, Edmonton to bounce back here, even this series, before they head home. And then I think at that point, it's really anybody's game, a best of 3. Of course, I mean, the key for them to winning this series is going to be defensively. Skinner had been playing well. They end up, pulling him here after he gives up 5 goals for Picard. So I don't know if they made an announcement. Obviously, they have a couple days off here, before they resume play on Thursday. But just who will start that game, I would think they still go with Skinner. But you never know. Coaches like to mix things up, in the finals, especially when facing a deficit. Any little thing that they could do to, give themselves an advantage, they will. And I think no matter what the result is, and like I said, I'm fully anticipating, that it's going to be Edmonton bouncing back. I think we definitely will be treated to a close game and a lot better game than we had last night. How crazy is this? I don't know if this has happened to you, Michael, but getting a call and the label is political call. Have you ever had that? Isn't that nuts?
What the hell?
Yeah. I mean, the spam calls these days are just off the chart.
They are.
But you kind of agree though, McDavid coming back with the vengeance.
Yeah,
like it's not over.
No.
Tony and his mini him and Jay, right? Thinking
they already think it's over. Oh yeah. Definitely.
But that's just kind of my thoughts. So we'll see what happens on Thursday. But it's between and the NHL definitely does a better job with the spacing than the NBA. But these off days in the finals, I feel like are just killers. Like already, even though was game 2 on Sunday? Must have been, right?
Yes.
So yeah, these two day off between. I mean, it just should never be. I think that would just like the perfect rule of thumb. It should be only 1 day off in between games. Why do you need 2 days off in between games? I don't understand that.
No, I don't understand it either. The NHL is usually not like that.
I mean, the NBA, is notorious for that. What have you thought about that series so far? I mean, do you think because this could really go one of two ways where, it's tighter than everybody thinks. And then it's like goes to 6 or 7 games, or is it like, the Pacers get theirs game 1. OKC figures it out from that point and then doesn't lose another game? I mean, what are you expecting?
Yeah, I'm thinking Indiana's gonna definitely win the next game.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I really do. I think they're gonna bounce back. People are underestimating them and just like have OKC winning it. And I think, you don't want to underestimate this team because they've proven time and time that they're here for a reason. So, and they're just like OKC in a sense, just like don't have like as many big time names, I guess you could say, as like Chet and this, but they match up really well with each other with Miles Turner and Halliburton and Nimhart. I think Nimhart's going to have a big game. I really do.
Yeah. No, he's been
kind of reminds me of Allen Iverson a little bit.
He's been big all postseason.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy all the aliases?
Yeah. What is
this? No, it's prefer. You've seen me like kind of call him out, right? Yeah. It's like it's so funny that he thinks that like I don't know. But obviously at this point he does because I've mentioned it so many times. But I just think this is pretty funny though because he's saying that that Hunter Dobbins is the Yankees' Dada. First of all, who says Dada? Like that's just like a weird thing to say. But after he gave up 3 runs over 5 innings, like I don't think that's exactly their Dada. Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't ever get anything good from Prefer, so it's not like I would be expecting anything different. That's for sure. But so it'll be interesting to see what happens. With the finals, we'll get game 3 tomorrow. And what do you think about what's going on, with the Knicks? Like, who do you think's coaching? Is KD coming to town? I mean, what do you think's happening?
I don't know,
there?
dude. It's all over the place. It sounds like Jason Kidd, and they're gonna make a push for Giannis. Giannis loved Jason Kidd, his favorite coach.
Right. I forgot about that.
So I feel like it's leaning towards that. I'd want Mark Jackson. I want him to get one more chance, and I feel like he'd be perfect.
But it seems like Mark Jackson coaching is the same thing as Trevor Bauer pitching.
Yes,
at this point,
it
right?
is. Yes.
There's like that agreement.
That is exactly it.
Do you think like the Kid and Giannis thing would work, or
yeah, I do.
But I wonder what the package would be for.
Well,
Giannis.
They'd have to trade for Kid also, which is crazy.
Yeah, but I think at least with that, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could get away with like a couple second-round picks. I don't know. But with Giannis, I mean, I wonder what. Because, like, it's like, what are the Bucks trying to do? Because Dame's going to miss next year. So, like, you give them Towns, but then, like, what else are you giving them? Do you think they have to?
It has to be probably a 3-team trade.
Yeah.
I would think,
But then they're going to have to, whether it's directly to the Bucks or someone else, they're going to have to trade somebody like Bridges or Anunoby, right? I mean, it's like you have to, like, just giving up Towns is not nearly enough.
I saw a thing where it was like Towns in a pick.
But it's like literally what their only pick in the next 7 years they're going to trade?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
It's just all confusing.
Yeah. And then Josh B saying LMAO. So getting a good chuckle
out of the dada from you, I'm sure.
I mean, because it was just, come on. Like, it's like, as Tony would say, what are we talking about here?
Yes.
So, yeah. And then, obviously, we'll be looking forward tomorrow to doing the full U.S. Open preview. I was listening to a lot of PGA Tour Radio, Oakmont, the rough there. It's just amazing. I mean, really widely known as the toughest golf course in America.
Really?
And like I think so. It wasn't last time. I think Dustin Johnson won 4 under or whatever last time they played. But the U.S. Open before that, I believe it was in 2007. Angel Cabrera won at like +6. I mean, it's like. It's just one of those things where if you're in the rough, like you can advance your ball like 10 feet. Like it's like that thick of a rough. Guys just struggle like crazy with it. And then there's a lot of talk about like Scotty being the next Tiger. And like the conversation on PGA Tour Radio this morning was like Scotty or the field. And everybody thinks like the winner at best is going to be like even par or over par. Rory mentally, the disaster in Canada, all that kind of doesn't seem like they're expecting him to contend. So a lot of things that, we'll go over tomorrow. So definitely looking forward to that. And it'll be interesting. I'll be going on simultaneously the start of the U.S. Open on Thursday with, Rick and Dave, the tailgate, the Mets game, all that. So definitely will be tuned into that. Kind of
yeah.
crazy, you know, the third major championship of the season. And I mean, how Scotty Scheffler, you know, if he wins, then would have a chance, you know, at Royal Portrush there to, you know, win, have the career Grand Slam, which is just crazy because he only had one major venue secured with the Masters going into the year, but he wins the PGA, and winning the U.S. Open, which he's heavily favored to do, would get him 3/4 of the way there. So the accolades continue for him. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. So like I said, we'll talk about that, and definitely you know, a heavy focus tomorrow, as well as the golf, of course, on the Yankees game in Kansas City. Ernie getting into the golf here, saying, "Let's go, Scotty."
Wow.
You don't usually expect to see that out of Ernie, but I guess he's a little juiced up.
Sounds like he's betting.
He says Scotty doesn't know.
No, he does not.
Oh man, so that's funny. So yeah, like I said, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But yeah, that's really it here. But definitely, you know, great show.
Oh yeah.
Once again, great having Ernie call in. Michael on the other side of the glass, of course. And we appreciate all of you who tuned in and continue to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume, the merch, DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees. And we will see you
mañana.
There he is.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do.